Once upon a time, well, up until last year actually, there was an app that brought humanity together. Not really. It wasn't perfect. It was messy, loud, and occasionally traumatizing. I am sure every user of this can relate to what I'm saying right now. However, even with all its faults, it was ours. That app was Twitter. But today, that app is X, and somehow it's managed to make us miss the dumpster fire that was old Twitter. Yes, folks, we've traded chaos for catastrophe. Every great story starts with an idea. For Twitter, that idea began with four minds who couldn't have predicted the cultural juggernaut they were about to unleash: Jack Dorsey, Biz Stone, Evan Williams, and Noah Glass. Together, they redefined how the world communicates, 140 characters at a time. It was Jack Dorsey who first dreamed of Twitter. In 2006, Jack scribbled his vision for a real-time SMS-based communication service on a notepad, short bursts of information shared with small groups. His idea would become the backbone of Twitter, but Jack was far from alone in shaping the platform. Jack would later become Twitter's first CEO, a role he held onto tightly. Well, only until he was ousted twice. But more on that later. Enter Biz Stone, the creative force behind Twitter's personality. With a background in the design and stints at Google and Zanga, he wasn't just designing the logo or tweaking the UI, he was defining the ethos of Twitter as a place for authentic, unfiltered conversations. If Twitter was about connecting people, Biz made sure it felt good while you were doing it. The Bluebird? That's his legacy too. But behind the scenes, Evan Williams was the business brain of the operation. Ev had the know-how and, more importantly, the funds to make the Twitter dream a reality. He co-founded Odeo, the podcasting company where Twitter was born, and later poured his energy into turning Twitter from a side project into a standalone company. Under his leadership, the company grew despite internal power struggles and a market that didn't fully understand what a microblogging platform even meant. And then there's Noah Glass. If Jack had the vision and Ev had the funding, Noah gave Twitter its name. Inspired by Birdsong, Noah saw the platform as a way to bring people together in a chorus of short, sweet messages. But his journey was bittersweet. Despite his foundational role, Noah's contributions have often been overshadowed. By the time Twitter spun off into its own company, Noah had been pushed out, his name largely erased from the narrative. In his own words, "I feel like I was part of something really big, but I got left behind." Today, many regard him as Twitter's forgotten founder. Of course, like many great tech stories, Jack, Biz, Ev, and Noah started as a team. But as the platform grew, so did the tensions. Decisions about leadership, ownership, and vision created rifts that would ultimately lead to departures, power struggles, and, yes, those infamous boardroom battles. By the time Twitter went public in 2013, only Jack and Ev remained actively involved. Biz had moved on to other ventures, and Noah had faded into obscurity. Yet, despite the drama, their combined contributions had already changed the world. But even through all the chaos, Twitter was a beloved app for hundreds of millions around the world. However, it was in 2022 that everything changed. Elon Musk stepped in and slapped a $44 billion price tag on his dream of reshaping public discourse. Spoiler alert, it didn't go as planned. Once celebrated, Twitter thrived on its ability to deliver breaking news, viral memes, and the occasional existential meltdown in real time. But under Musk's watchful eye, or perhaps more accurately, his meme-laden timeline, Twitter has transformed into X, a platform where the chaos isn't just allowed, it's encouraged. So what is X? In simple words, not Twitter. But according to its new leadership team, it's an everything app. Audio, video, messaging, payments, banking, you name it, X wants to do it. If this all sounds suspiciously like a Silicon Valley pitch meeting, that's because it is, and what's worse is that it's not even an original idea. Most of us already know about the Chinese everything app, WeChat. Back in the day, Twitter had some quirks, with tweets that were capped at 140 characters. It was simple, fast, and a little chaotic. Over time, the character limit doubled, and features like spaces, communities, and even a chatbot called Grok joined the party. But in 2023, 2023, Musk said, "Why stop there? Now, for a small fee, you too can write novels in your posts, call it an op-ed, and watch nobody read it." Post-Musk acquisition, X's journey has been turbulent. Yes, we're now moving to the why it sucks part. Since taking the reins, Musk has seemed less like a visionary CEO and more like a one-man wrecking crew. First came the mass layoffs, then the baffling algorithm changes that buried useful content beneath Musk's personal faves. Oh, and don't forget the $8 a month subscription for verification, a system that used to mean something. He force-fed right-wing content, some of it extreme, to users who never asked for it, alienated high-dollar advertisers, and squandered the institutional knowledge Twitter had cultivated since its inception in 2006. These decisions, objectively baffling to anyone who understands business, coding, human psychology, or the internet itself, were already sending Twitter into a tailspin. But the pièce de résistance, the rebrand to X, complete with a website domain change to x.com, because nothing screams "trust us" like naming your social media site after a bad 90s action movie. Yes, X, the same name he's used for his rocket company, SpaceX, and what PayPal was briefly called when he was CEO there, right before he was unceremoniously ousted in 2000. Apparently, the letter X holds a special place in Musk's heart. Or maybe he just ran out of ideas. And while Musk burns Twitter, X to the ground, he's simultaneously promising to embiggen it, but not in a way anyone can actually explain. Sure, Musk has big dreams for X. He said it will be the next WeChat, combining social media with commerce and communication. But here's the thing, dreams are great. Execution, not so much. Since the rebrand, X has faced a 15% decline in global usage, though Musk insists user numbers are skyrocketing. Meanwhile, advertisers are fleeing faster than users trying to escape viral misinformation and hate speech. Despite all this, Musk remains undeterred. With X now valued at roughly 28% of what he paid for it, he's doubled down on his vision. Lawsuits against nonprofits, controversies over anti-Semitism, and an apparent fondness for banning journalists. It's a real shame. For nearly 2 decades, Twitter established itself as the go-to place for breaking news, professional networking, and unfiltered commentary from notables in every field, from music to politics to journalism. You see, Twitter wasn't just a platform. It was a revolution, a place where you could overshare your deepest thoughts, subtweet your enemies, and become a meme, sometimes all in the same day. Twitter was the digital diary we didn't know we needed. It gave us moments that defined internet culture. It was the birthplace of meme wars, the arena for public debates, and let's be real, the primary way to stalk your favorite celebrities without looking creepy. And then there were the feuds. Twitter wasn't just an app, it was the Coliseum. Except instead of gladiators, you had Kanye and Taylor, Wendy's versus McDonald's, and that one guy who always replies, "This you?" A simpler time. But fast forward to 2022, and you have Elon Musk buying Twitter. Why? Because apparently running Tesla and SpaceX wasn't enough. No, this man needed to take a perfectly chaotic app and somehow make it worse. And he succeeded. You were looking for, let's say, 10 reasons why X sucks? I'll give you 15. Let's go. The timeline went from a chirpy bird to a glitchy X. Real-time news? Outside. Misinformation? In. The platform became a breeding ground for harassment, or hate speech, and random internet arguments. It became toxic due to the little action from the platform. And guess what? Endless doom scrolling and negativity affecting users' mental well-being. Moreover, journalists abandoned Twitter due to its problems with misinformation and harassment. Twitter's algorithm even ruined engagement for those trying to promote their work. But you know what stayed? Elon Musk's late-night Twitter rants that are often filled with chaos and Dogecoin talk. Oh yes, Elon loves to remind us he's a meme lord. He replaced the iconic Twitter bird with the Dogecoin logo. For several days, users were greeted by the Shiba Inu dog because nothing says respectable social platform like a 2010 crypto meme. Then there's the shift from a chronological feed to a chaotic ad-heavy mess with crazy rumors and fake news spreading like wildfire, and the oversaturation of ads turned the platform into a commercial jungle. Musk's $44 billion purchase and chaotic leadership became the plot twist nobody asked for, and now we have to pay pay for features that should have been free. And the cherry on top is the selective boosting and banning of users without explanation. Checkmarks are now meaningless, with anyone able to buy them, all thanks to capitalism. Brilliant move, Elon. Nothing screams a trustworthy platform like allowing anyone with $8 to impersonate a Fortune 500 company and tank its stock price. Oh, and the best part? The real accounts lost their checkmarks unless they paid up. It's like holding credibility hostage. And how can we forget the confusing rebrand to X, complete with an ill-conceived logo and name? Because as far as I can recall, didn't X mark the flop? Looks like it, with all the missing features like a proper edit button, functional algorithms, and moderation tools. However, this whole mess did pave the way for platforms like Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Substack to emerge as alternatives. Alright, now let's talk about what it's like to use X today. In a word, exhausting. In a sentence, imagine opening your fridge and finding someone else's leftovers where your food used to be. The trending tab used to be a window into the world. Now it's a dumpster where conspiracy theories, crypto scams, and Musk fanboys fight for dominance. And don't even get me started on the ads. You scroll 2 tweets and bam! Another ad for a miracle weight loss gummy. It's giving late-night infomercial energy. And the Twitter we had a love-hate relationship with used to be a cultural force. It was where movements like Black Lives Matter and Me Too gained traction. Now, it's a shadow of its former self. Sure, people still organize and share, but the signal-to-noise ratio is worse than my middle school band. Even the memes aren't funny anymore. Remember when Twitter could take a random moment like the Pope in a puffer jacket and turn it into comedy gold? Now it's just recycled jokes and AI-generated cringe. When the memes die, the platform dies with it. Now, at its core, the downfall of Twitter or X is a cautionary tale. It's about what happens when you take something beloved and try to optimize it into oblivion. Sometimes the most innovative thing you can do is nothing. But hey, at least Threads is out there, quietly copying old Twitter's homework. And if all else fails, there's always Tumblr. Yes, it's still alive. You're welcome. And so, here we are. We've seen the rise and fall of many things on the internet, just didn't expect Twitter to be one of them. The question is X the future of social media, or is it just a billionaire's midlife crisis made manifest? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Either way, pour one out for Twitter. You were chaotic, messy, and sometimes horrible, but you were ours. RIP to the Bird app, and good luck to us all. And before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. I'll see you in the next one.